So what's up, y'all? It's me, your girl at K Kenora, and I'm back with another video. So I'm about to do some schoolwork with Noah, and we are about to do his one of his quizzes. So before we do his quiz, we're just going to go over the lesson. It's 13 pages, so it shouldn't take us long. And besides, I'm on his tablet, so I will be able to pause y'all, so you guys won't have to just be sitting there looking at us. Hold on one second. Hmm. Okay. Oh, wait. Let me pause it. So, yeah, y'all, stay tuned for the rest of this video. So, another thing, y'all, if it seems like my bed look different or I look different in my room, it's because I changed my room around. And as you can see, this is the outside to the living room. So, it may look a little different, but don't worry. I just changed it around. I'm the type of person that I love change. Change is inevitable. It's something we cannot control. So, I guess that's why I change things around, and it makes me okay with change when it is time to change. That's probably why I adapt to situations very easy. So yeah, y'all don't be confused. I'm not gonna confuse y'all. I'm gonna let y'all know the truth. Um, and I changed my room around. But anyways, stay tuned for the rest of this video. You want to say hi?
Hi.
You want to say something else besides hi?
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Very good. All right, y'all. So already I'm being gaslighted. We haven't even started yet. So I'm gonna read it to y'all. It says, "A mysterious note. Freddy the Frog comes home to the bog and sees a mysterious note waiting for him. This is what it says. Freddy the Frog, and I'm reading this. So let me read it again. Freddy the Frog comes home to the bog and sees a mysterious note waiting for him. This is what it says. Freddy the Frog, what a peaceful place the bog would be if only the frogs with the most beautiful voices sang their songs. Only you can sing your song the very, and then it just have the dots. I guess it's going to say best, but it doesn't say anything just yet. So it's almost as if we have to fill in the blank. But let's see. Let's continue. Let's see what else we got. Exceptional short E. So I'm just going to read. You already know that the narcissists use my words that I've said in the privacy of my home and they repeat them like they're saying it. Or they just use things about me and they put them in the work and they either make it a bad thing, a good thing, or whatever. Just know that is what lighting is. It's there to distort your reality. But anyways, I'm not going to let y'all watch me go through this lesson like I did last time. I'm just going to pause you guys, go through the lesson, and then when it's time to take the test, I will be back. So stay tuned. So y'all, another thing that I discovered is that my son is in first grade, but he's literally doing work that a first grader does not do. It's okay for him to talk about a title page of a book and the characters of the story, but when it comes down to bold writing or diagrams and glossary, like what first grader does work like that? But it's okay because he has a mother that loves to learn. So he is in the closet right now getting a book. One of my nonfiction books is Asada. I can't think of the name of it. And I am going to show him all of this, you know. And we're talking about fiction and nonfiction. So just so you know. So she just told him to tell the difference between a storybook and a narrative story. He have to choose which one is a storybook or narrative story. But really, a storybook and a narrative story is the same thing. It's no different, whether it's fiction or nonfiction. Okay? So don't think of it as two different stories. A storybook or a narrative can be, well, a narrative can be both nonfiction or fiction. Okay? Let me look up storybook just to be on the safe side.
Storybook, go that book.
So, a storybook is a book containing a story or collection of series intended for children, denoting something that is as idyllic, perfect as things typically are in a storybook. So, it's the same thing, unless they're saying that storybooks are always fictional, which I think is not a fact. I think that a storybook for children can be nonfiction, can have just like the little color books with the shapes and the colors and stuff that my son had when he was a younger. Um, those were nonfiction because they were showing him triangle and all of that. So this is very confusing because she wants him to select all the sentences that describes a storybook or narrative story, which is the same thing. Like, why would you want him to choose between something that's the same? Like, that don't make any sense. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna go through it and we're gonna pick which one is fiction and which one is nonfiction. Okay, so number one, they have true information.
Non-fiction.
Right. So let me take that back. We're going to do nonfiction, fiction, or both. Okay? Number two, they have a setting.
Fiction.
Fiction. They have a glossary.
Non-fiction.
Very good. Give me five. They have a beginning, middle, and end.
Fiction.
Fiction. They have characters.
Fiction.
They tell a story.
Fiction.
Very good. I thought we was gonna do both because of the setting. I thought that nonfiction would have a setting. It does have a setting, but we're just gonna leave it at that. We're not gonna think about it too much. All right. And now it says select all the sentences that describes a nonfiction in informative text. That's the same thing. Nonfiction is an informative book. Why is she asking him the same thing? So what we're gonna do is we're going to pick out the ones that is nonfiction and fiction again. We're gonna do the same thing we just did, okay?
Okay.
They have a table of contents.
Fiction. Non-fiction.
Okay, well you hesitated, so which one do you think? Do you think is fiction or nonfiction?
Non-fiction.
Nonfiction. Because think about your book. This is nonfiction. Do this have a table of contents? What about this?
Yes.
Yes.
That. Yes.
That too. Okay? So, nonfiction.
Non-fiction.
Number two, they have a setting.
Fiction.
Fiction. They have a diagram.
Non-fiction.
Nonfiction. Remember we just learned about the diagrams. Okay? These are diagrams. Okay? Those are diagrams. These are diagrams. Those are diagrams right there. Okay? All right. So they give true information.
Non-fiction.
Very good. Hello, I gotta find where I'm at. I lost my spot. They have characters.
Fiction.
Fiction. They have glossaries.
Non-fiction.
Thank God you got a smart mother. Cause she's trying to confuse my son. You feel me? Like, but this is what I go through, y'all. So I'm gonna just let y'all sit here because we're done with that, and we're gonna go to his I'm gonna log him into his grade so he can do his quiz on what he just learned.
This
So,
is super easy. Easy.
Let's see. She trying to take points off my son because my son loves to learn, y'all. My son loves to learn. Like, and I've always been the type of kid to um, play school. I used to love to play school when I was little. Y'all never liked to play school when y'all was little?
I liked it play school.
I was always the teacher. No, I was always the student.
Well,
I always wanted to be the student.
I was always the principal. I was the principal, the teacher, and the student.
Awesome. But remember, we're always the student, no matter how big we get, whether we graduate. Always be open to learn, because nobody knows everything.
That's why I be the student much more often, though.
All right, so number 1. So it says, read the short E word and match it to the image it best describes. So what sound does short E makes again?
Short E.
Okay. So now we're going to read the short E word. So I'm going to let you read it. So read the first one. Okay, and then just match it to the picture. You don't have to say it, just say, right, just say the letter, and I'll put that in for you.
C. Hen.
Hold up, scroll up.
Hold up, slow up.
Oh, moving too fast.
Moving too fast. Take your time.
Yes, sir.
And plus, it's home. We're doing this from home. We got all the time from it for the road.
Yes, we do. We can take our time. All right. So now read the next word.
Jet. Jet. I love jets. No, not really. I love jets.
Y'all, I almost submitted it, y'all. I almost gave myself a heart attack.
I love jets, but I don't want to be on a jet.
All right. So now the next one. Read that one. You on the right track. You was on the right track before. All right.
Nest.
And I like the way you say your st. All right. So which one is it?
B. B-E. E. I'm an OG.
My son reads so good, y'all. My son is so smart. All right. And last but not least.
D.
Read the word first.
Net. D.
He said D. He knew that. He's like, Mama, common sense is the last one. D.
D. E.
All right.
D. E.
I need you to focus. All right. So select the correct. I need me to focus. All right. So select the correct punctuation mark for this sentence. When can we go swimming? So is that a period, question, what is that again? That's not a comma, that's a, I forgot what it is, but exclamation mark.
Exclamation.
So which one is it? When can we go swimming? What punctuation mark are you going to use?
Question mark.
All right. So which vowel sound completes the word below? Is it A, E, I, or O?
O.
Okay. Select the best option that explains a difference between fiction and nonfiction text. Both fiction and nonfiction have title pages. Fiction has characters. Fiction tells a story, and nonfiction gives information. You know the answer? If you know, Nonfiction tells a story, and fiction gives information.
This.
All right. So we're going to match the text feature with the image it describes. All right. So bold text. Which one do bold text go with?
Bold. It goes with A.
A. Bold text. Diagram. Which one do the diagram go with? Remember how the diagrams looked in this book.
D.
What about the table of contents? How did the table of contents look?
Table
You gotta check. Oh, no.
D. D. B.
Okay, now the title page. How does the title page look?
C.
Okay, C. Alright, let's submit this.
I think I want to change one.
Okay, so I'll read it again for you. So it's select the best option that explains a difference between fiction and nonfiction text. So both fiction and nonfiction have title pages. Fiction has characters. Fiction tells a story, and nonfiction gives information. Nonfiction tells a story, and fiction gives information. Okay. You want me to submit it?
Yes.
Okay. You got an 85. Okay. And I'm going to tell you why. Because remember, the bold text in the story, when the text is bold, they're talking about, well, matter of fact, I showed you in here because it's in, when the text is bold, this is what they're talking about. Bold text. Remember I showed you in the history book over there? That is bold text, and they're normally found in non-fiction books because the bold text right here, this says, that should, I'm not even gonna do myself like that. This one says, I'm not gonna do myself like that. This one says basal metabolic rate. And this is a bold text because you can go back into the glossary and you can find that word. So we'll try to see if we can find it because we tried in that book, but we couldn't. So let's see. Basal. Here you go. So basal metabolic rate, resting energy use of an awake, alert person. So that's your metabolic rate. It's the resting energy. Like right now, we're just sitting here. Our brain probably is working hard. Don't feel like you do it because we're just resting right now. And if we take our temperature, that will be our metabolic rate. Okay, so that is bold text right there. And then the diagrams, I was really hoping, oh no, you got the diagrams right. So that is a diagram. Okay, and then the table of contents, remember how we looked at the table of contents up here and we started from the page, the tools. That's what page you wanted to start from. So the table of contents are always, see, this is the brief contents. This is the brief table of contents. We can go to chemistry and cells, and that will start in chapter 2. We can go to chapter 6, or we can go to chapter 13. We don't have to start from page 1. So that's the table of contents. And then the title page, of course, is where we have the title of the page, the author, and the illustrator, and all of that. So we'll do it over so that you can get a 100, because I want you to get 100. We're going to do a do-over. Okay, you going to take me there? Yay or nay? Are you just going to tell me it recite and you not going to take me back? Bruh, you just going to leave me? See what we doing now? I see what we doing. Hold on, let's see. Okay. So let's see. Bruh, I'm hungry. We finna eat after this, y'all, because I'm hungry. I haven't eaten anything this morning. All right, so let's select the correct punctuation. When can we go swimming? Is that a period, a question mark, that thing, or an exclamation point?
Question.
So select the best option that explains a difference between fiction and nonfiction text. Both fiction and nonfiction have title pages. Fiction has characters. Fiction tells a story and nonfiction gives information. Nonfiction tells a story and fiction gives information. So let's read for short E. Hen. Which one is a hen?
C. 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 E.
Jet.
A.
Nest. Which one is a nest?
D.
I don't know why it's so big. Net. Which one is a net? And I'm moving it back and forth, so it won't be like I'm giving him the answer. You feel me? Even though he know you feel me. But anyways, let's go to this one because this is the one that we came back for. All right. So bold text. Which one shows bold text?
Bold text.
Bold text. And just stop me with A, B, or C. I'm gonna just keep going up and down so that you can see. Maybe I'll go a little slower. Which one shows bold text?
D.
D? Okay. All right. D. Alright. Which one shows a diagram? Which one shows a diagram? Which one shows a diagram?
A.
Which one shows the table of contents? Which one shows the table of contents? Which one shows the table of contents?
C.
See this one?
B.
B. Alright, which one shows the title page? The title page. Which one shows the title page?
I got to.
Here, you do it. Don't click it hard. Okay, well, you're going to come here and you're going to put D. But you already got D for bold text.
I'm going to change this.
Okay, so just go ahead, click on that one and make that D. D. D right there. Click done. And then you can go back to this one and click on that one. Let me click on it for you. Alright. Erase it. So which one shows bold text? Alright, so come over here. Now you can swipe up and down. Hold on, I think the thing is like big. That's why it was like that. So which one shows bold text?
B.
Well, you got B for the table of contents.
I'm going to change that one too.
Remember what bold text was. What was bold text?
Bold text was big lead.
Right. So look at it. Look at that one. Yeah, that one have big letters, but even that one have big letters. So you got to look at the placement of the big letters. Look at this one. Do that one look like bold text to you? Oh my gosh. Alright, go ahead and do what you're going to do, and we're not doing it again. Whatever grade you get, you're just going to have to get that grade. Because, let me just do it. I'm hungry. You said B, right, for bold text?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to change B to what?
To.
Let me just let you look at it first. Alright, so B for bold text, you're going to change to C, because that's the only one you got left.
Yes.
Alright, so we're going to leave that like that. You know that already, so I'm just going to put that in. Alright, so you got it wrong again. You keep getting it confused. I told you, bold text is, it's like this, placebo. It will be into the story. You got it wrong again. And remember, the table of contents is always on the inside of the book and tells you where to find certain things so that you don't have to, so you can just go to it. So you got a 90, at least you bumped up a grade. So let me show you what bold text is. So bold text is this one. You see how there is a cow, pig, and hen. You see how they put cow, pig, and hen in bold text? That's what bold text is. And this is the table of contents. It says it right there, table of contents. Okay? So you'll know that for the next time. But you did real good. Give me 5. Pause that so I can go eat. So you got to prove that you live here to get your coronavirus shot, which I think is bullcrap. And I don't think it's bullcrap because you got to prove it. I think it's bullcrap because they making people do that to try to see how the public feel about the coronavirus test anyways. Y'all go get y'all coronavirus test. Shit. That's what you do. They want to see if they going to have to force it on people or are people going to get it willingly. That's why they made that dumb thing. That's how people do sometimes. They say dumb things or ask dumb questions to see the reaction that they get, and then whatever reaction they get, then they go off of that. You're not fooling me. Y'all go get y'all coronavirus shot.